Hello, welcome. It's great to be online and thanks for tuning in. So, can you believe it's Friday already? And I didn't post last week, I don't think, or at least it was early because you know why? There's just too much not going on. So, I still thought I would check in with you from the Transit Lounge, the home office, where I do all my good thinking and planning so that we can get through this. And Tasha's working in the office today, and she has been making some bookings for September 22, which is exciting. We haven't had to cancel any today. We cancelled a couple yesterday. We've got a couple of people touch and go. Some that so far can still get there, the Northern Territory. We've got a couple of people going to the Northern Territory in a couple of weeks. We've got someone going in 3 weeks who is flying to the Northern Territory, but the tour goes to South Australia. They have been living in Queensland for 6 weeks with their family, and we talked about them staying in Queensland because maybe South Australia would have let them in, but no, must be an essential worker, can't do anything wonderful like travel around and wear a mask and be vaccinated. So still have a long way to go, but I don't have any holidays I can share with you other than looking forward to 2022. But what I did want to talk to you about today and ask you, what do you think is the most important thing that you need to travel? So is it money? Is it the time? And I must say they were probably the two things that I always focused on. Working harder, making sure we had enough organised, getting time off, doing that. Is it the desire? Well, I'm certainly not short of the desire, and most of you love to travel. Yet we have a friend who will never get a passport, is not interested in the least. His wife is busting to go on holidays, and he just doesn't have an interest in that. He has interest in cars, maybe, other things. But if you're a traveller like us, it's in your blood. There's something that happens after you take that first trip. So there are 3 things maybe. Maybe it's a travel buddy, as my friend. Sometimes I've gone away with her because her husband won't go. Having people to go with, going on a group or something like that. What do you think? Maybe make a comment about what you think is the most important thing that you need to travel. Maybe, and I think the most important thing is your health. So it's something that we can't buy, we can't live without, and we can't travel without. So today I just want to focus a little bit on that and wonder about you and your health and thinking forward to when you can travel. Are you in good health now? Are you always in good health? Do you keep healthy? Most of our travellers are pretty fit and they might walk or ride. What do you do to stay healthy? Do you have some concerns that you might not be healthy if this goes on for too long? Do you have ailments that you need to manage when you go away? I know Doug has lots of aches and pains. He's got bad knees, things like that. I know for me, it's usually my weight. I'm always struggling with that. I lead a sedentary lifestyle, so my weight is probably the biggest thing, but that also leads to other issues and knees and, being cramped up on a plane for 24 hours. So I'm just curious to know, do you stay active all the time? Or are you someone that books a holiday way out and then you go, right, I have to get fit? Actually, that reminds me when a trip came up to South America quite a few years ago. And for whatever reason, I said, oh, look, I can't go. So I had been and I said to Doug, you should go. It wasn't educational to learn all about it. So that was all fantastic, and he accepted and put the details down. He did that about 6 weeks before. And then 3 weeks out, they told him that it was a trek up through Machu Picchu. I thought, thank God I said no. That's all I can say. So he had 3 weeks. He was like me, sedentary lifestyle. So that from that day on, he started walking and going up Tomaree Mountain and trying to get fit to be ready for that. So that was a little bit drastic, really. He managed. I think he said to me it was the hardest thing he's ever done in his life. And it was also the most rewarding thing he'd ever done. Fortunately, age does help. And he was 50 then, so he was still in a reasonably good health and staying healthy. Or he wouldn't be able to do that now, obviously. So what I'm going to do over time is, and what I have been doing, I've been searching other ways. As you know, we haven't got much to sell in travel. I am looking at other ways that I can get better at things. And looking after my health, when before I was just working all the time. That's important to me. So I know for me, I'm going to start to, and I have started to work on my weight and try and bring that down. And I'm also researching some products that are going to be useful for people when they travel, either building you up to that, to travel, or some health supplements and products that you can take when you travel, like melatonin to help you sleep, other vitamins that you can take without having to pop all your pills and things like that. So I'm in the middle of the research, and I might share, if you're interested, you can check that out with me, but I'll slowly might give you can test driving a few of those things. So what I'm going to challenge you today to is, well, let me know, are you someone that is fit all the time and you could get on a plane tomorrow and you'd be well for that? Or are you someone that decides where you're going to go and you have to be like me and get prepared for that? Or otherwise send Doug, because he's fitter than me. Maybe not now, but certainly he was then. So I challenge you to tell me that. Let me know. I'm curious. And part of that survey that I did, so many people were looking at going next year. So I'm curious to know, are you travel ready, fit-wise? Either way, I also challenge you and to let me know what's one thing that you could do. There's Queenie again. She was here last week as well. So just letting you know that she's barking, and there's a couple of dogs going past. So come on, Queenie, come here, sweetie bee. So just one thing that you can do this week to work towards improving your health for when we can get you out there to travel again. So that's my cue. Queenie's called. She wants me to play. So you have a great day, and I'll catch you next week. Bye for now.